Alright, BobalosRex here, and it's a lore rant. It's Sunday. So, we're talking about it. I'm talking about Nightfall. So, kinda spoilers for Nightfall, but the lore of what's going on in Nightfall is kinda like, side stuff. But if that's spoilers for you, then there you go. But it is side stuff. But at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about stuff that you should know from Undermine stuff and just kind of speculation and laying out what I think now is clearly what's going to happen. I think it's looking this way. But that will be at the end. So let's start. Let's talk about what's going on in Nightfall. Right? The PTR just came out. We only got a little bit. Is there hidden stuff? I don't know. Maybe some people will find some stuff out later today, tomorrow. I don't know. I've looked around. I ain't seen that much, but I have noticed something. Because I don't think this should be up right now. But we'll talk about that at the end. So, what's going on with the stuff? Alright, I kind of mentioned it in my main topic, but what's the lore behind what's going on here? So, let's talk about these Arathi here. Okay, I want to start with them. So, Sareki and Sarek loyalists, Nerubian, are acting up all over the place. All over the place, okay? They're acting up over here. You know, the worst special assignment quest, having to kill these elites, but you get buffed for this one. They're acting up there. They're acting up there. They're acting up there. Alright? So, Ansarek loyalists are running amok. And it's like, I thought we solved them. Right? We killed the queen. General came up here, did some stuff. Rip. Like, they're getting ready. We'll talk about them. So what's the deal with them? It does make me think, could we see more Nerubian storylines? Maybe in a 0.7. Maybe we will get that cool epilogue patch stuff. So that'll be cool, because I want to see these Nerubians do more stuff. But it's like, dang, these Sareki gotta get dealt with, dude. And it's like, why are they attacking Hollowfall? And then here, this leads into these guys. So these guys are just like farmers and stuff. Like, this dude's like, yo, I'm just like a dude. Who are the Flame Radiant? Stems from an old legends back. The extinguished torrent. Dawn, those who took up the extinguished torrent. The retired soldiers. Rallied the villagers, farmers, and craftsmen. So it's just a ragtag crew. It's like the reserves, the army reserves. And it's like, dang, the Arathi are really strapped right now. And I do think this is activating on the hour now, which is interesting. Which means more Belladar spawns, so more of that mount. And it could be like, oh, we setting it up. That when we get voids, or more on that later. So, if that's even true, I don't know. I could just be imagining it. It feels like every time I'm here, that thing is going. But yeah, the Sareki are acting up. There's no Corvus. I ain't seen no Corvus. Like, literally, it's just, when you do these events, it's mostly spiders. But what's interesting here is you got this corrupted gear. So it's like, our Nightfall people, are they all done? Are they gonna come back? Are some of them, like, defected and came back? You know? And you know what's really cool is how this armor looks so silver hand coated too. And that leads into this next part. So these are like the reserves, the Hollowfall reserves, and they talk about an Arathi Empress. Awesome that we get an Arathi Empress mentioned. I do bet she was named after Mereldar, which is what this city's even named after. Like Mereldar the 3rd or 4th or something they'll probably do. So these reserves are defending part of Hollowfall. I don't know what are the other Arathi doing. You know, we did this prior to the Sacred Flame stuff. They would have had to dealt with that. They're playing around on the Siren Isle, doing crystal studies. You know, but where's Farron? Because they talk about their leader being gone. So now I'm wondering, like, is Farron gone? I mean, I guess she's not the leader because it's like Steel Strike, but it's like, why isn't Farron here leading this to defend Hollowfall? Is she visiting the Alliance? Are we gonna see interesting... Dude, okay. I will say this. If there is Alliance-only Farron, Lothar, Anduin stuff in Stormwind, I will say there's Alliance bias. Like, 100%. I'll be like, bro, are you kidding me? But what are her and Anduin doing? Are they studying the crystal? Are they putting feelers out to figure out who? Calling up Valen. Yo, y'all know crystals. Come on, help me out. Get all the crystal mommies on the phone. What is the deal with this crystal? We know it's a World Soul crystal. That's what the Titans say. Yo, where some Titan Keepers gonna pull up? You know I keep saying that. But, where is she? Because how he talks about this Empress being away thing makes me think about, yeah, where is... I mean, I know, well, she is kind of royal blood, but it's like, what is she doing? Because why wouldn't she be here? Where are the Lamplighters? Right? Is everyone spread so thin? Are the Earthen helping? Right? It's not like they're getting attacked over here. Like, geez, the spider... Why are the spiders... The spider problem should have been dealt with. Like, what is the Spider Council doing? What are they doing? Like, come on. So that's that stuff. Now, the horrific visions revisited, right? Like, let's head up there, but I'm going to talk about it while I'm heading up there. So it's basically Sora Dormi's back, right? It's kind of crazy. Because we had Time Rift, Sora Dormi. Now we have this, Sora Dormi. I like Sora Dormi. Your Sora Dormi rep doesn't matter in these, though, sadly. But she does help you. It's kind of cool. But y'all remember in Warlords of Draenor, Kairos and the Visions, and Sora Dormi dying, and I'm like, Blizzard, are you making us hang out with her so much? Okay, are you making it? Oh, this is cool. Okay, are you making us hang out with Sora Dormi so much because you're gonna do something with her, and then that's gonna continue the Murazan story in like the Last Titan? Are we gonna get Murazan in the Last Titan because something happens to Sora Dormi? Like, if she pops up in like 12.1.5, I'm gonna be like, Blizzard, what are you doing here? Why? It's not that I don't like her. I think she's alright. She's just Norse Darmu's waifu. I like this stuff. I like the bronze dragon showing up, but it's always Sora Dormi. Not like, well, maybe it's because people were so mad at Chromie. Dude, the people complaining about Chromie, it's Sora Dormi again. And it's triggering my time rifts. Not that I didn't like time rifts. But here's the other thing to think about. When we get Time Running Legion, Eternatus, what are the Infinites up to? Is this what the gamble is? Is this what the thing is? Sora Dormi showing up. Hey, adventurers, do you want to relive this game mode that we gussied up? Okay. Eternatus, hey, you adventurers, you want to go back in time and run around all silly style? Come Infinite style. And it's like, I like it. Honestly, I like it. Honestly, that's cool. But what's next then? What is she gonna revisit next? So Visions. Oh, ooh. Actually, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. We're Lord Ranting here. Let's do it. So, yep. See, look, it's literally just revisited. So what's next? Torghast revisited. Islands revisited. But I don't. That's not something you really gotta do, though. You just have Islands 2. We've basically been having Islands 2. Islands. Visions all lead into delves. Like there's this line from scenarios into delves. But what else could we get revisited? Argent Tournament revisited in Last Titan. What? That could be legit. Argent Tournament revisited. I don't even know where that came from, but I'm thinking about it like, okay. I'm not saying how it was. Listen, I'm not saying how it was. I'm saying think of the Argent Tournament, but done like better. Like with knowledge and being like, yo, this is how it should actually go. Like full vehicle content. Imagine the jousting with a real vehicle or your own mount now, right? It'd be so much better. It'd be a million times better. So I just kind of cooked with that, actually. I think I just cooked with that. Argent Tournament revisited in Last Titan. Panda scenarios revisited. Nah, we kind of already got that. Legion class halls revisited. I hope they come back in general. I think they're going to be back. I don't know what else we could do revisited other than Torghast and Argent Tournament now. But maybe I'm not thinking right. What else could be revisited in this way, in Vision's way? Maybe it's not an expansion features. What can I look at? What was something that could be revisited? I don't know. Alright, well, I do think we may see her again in something. Doing something. Time Rifts revisited. Alright, more Rifts. But then we'll see Eternatus doing Legion Time Walking, I think, because of this. But it is interesting. Okay, so there is some lore stuff she's saying. So when you do the quest for her, right? She talks about the black blood giving visions, and it's like we've seen this before, and it's kind of alluding to this upcoming fight with the Void. Is like, hey, we fought the Void before. You remember that? You may want to need that. You may want to know that again. And it's like, hey, lady, are you trying to spoil us? Because I thought we were going to get new visions, but this feels like her rolling up and be like, hey, do you want some spoilers, but not? It's like, you're going to get a Void expansion. Like, are you going to get a Void fight? Alright? Oh my god. I just thought of how we get the thing going crazy. Okay. But yeah, so she wants to find ways to counter the Void and the Black Blood. She's like, y'all remember this? And then we have this Brawlers Guild 2 thing. I don't know if there's going to be lore with that. But that does make you wonder, right? The last time we did the Brawlers Guild was the storyline, right? That led to the Ethereal. We beat them. And then the done. We haven't had a Brawlers Guild since. We had that. Now, with the Dastardly Duos, this is the OG crew coming together, right? I do hope they fix kind of like what this sounds like to me. It does feel like it's a group thing, but it is queuable. It sounds like. But it's like the Ring of Blood people, the Amphitheater of Anguish people, those guys, the OG. Arena, Goblin, and Troll. They're pulling up. And we're getting a new Brawlers Guild, which I think isn't going to have ethereal stuff. You know, we're still having Trial of Style. I wonder if some Trial of Style stuff will go on. Because remember, the Ethereals are watching. Okay? So now we're moving on. I'm going to make something for next week's video, but we're going to talk about some of the stuff I've been dwelling on here. Right? We need to go deeper in Azeroth. I still think we could get a root land zone. But it looks like something may be going on with this crystal. We know the Ethereals, right? They got the Dark Heart. It does kind of feel like we may get an ethereal raid. But then I was just thinking, right, when you just saw me get that thing. So remember that whole fish quest and the whole don't bring the light into the pond? What if they drop the crystal? What if the Ethereal's plan, and not Xalatath's plan, is to drop that fucking crystal into the thing? Because here's how I'm seeing things play out now. With this Nightfall thing, if my theory about this crystal being extra active, right? I'm really wondering, like we need to do the Coreway stuff. Y'all know I've been talking about it, but they could just play the double, right? Where it's an ethereal raid, and we go deeper as the zone, right? Because remember, they did tack on that zone right at the... They did have to add that zone, and it really did make me think, like, is it because of something like that, right? Because you gotta remember, and this is like the elephant in the room for this expansion, there was a pivot on this expansion. We do know this, right? There was something intended, and then it switched. Could we be seeing that? Like, did it initially want to go deeper? Did it initially want to go ethereals? Who knows? But the Harnir, Orwena, and that stuff's gotta be done. We need that allied race. It's gotta be done. People will riot. It's got to be. They teased it. It was in the trailer. Okay? So, they could play it like... We go to the Rootlands, do that stuff, help them, get them on our side, all of Khazogara Knights, to fight back the Ethereals. The Ethereals, it's easy, could be easy story for them, like, yo, this group of Ethereals wants some land, wants our world, so they're coming here to invade. And they're not for Dementius, right? Or they could be for Dementius, because that's the thing. Xalatath and these Ethereals could be on the same side, and they, one or the other, just wants more clout. Or they got different plans. The Ethereals would want a world. Dementius would want a world to eat. Right? One for food, one for housing. Alright? Player housing. Right? So... this really is the big question. The void is coming. And are you ready? But, yeah, that does seem to be the deal. I hope we get the little bit of both that I'm hoping for. Zone deeper into Azeroth, with maybe Ethereal Raid, or maybe the Ethereal Raid is in the zone deeper in Azeroth. But we do seem to be heading that direction. And now, next week, I'm going to dig deeper into that. Okay? But I did want to tell y'all, like, what's kind of cooking up here. And do you see the coming of the void? Do you see void surges? Or is it just going to be, like, well, we got to do the hunt for the Dark Heart, right? And then there's also into the Rootlands. We gotta get in. We gotta see the Rootlands. What's the deal with Orwena? Orwena is helping us in Undermine. Illyria and Orwena have been the constants, right? In these patches for the most part. Both of them skipped Siren Isle. That was Dawn. What's her deal? Dawn, that's another big player. Ringing Depth storyline. All the storylines do lead deeper. Hollowfall leads deeper. it would feel really weird to have a Koresh raid on another world, this portaling us away. But it could be down deeper, and it's just the ethereals are there. But then it's like, who is the last boss? Because I'm telling you, if the last boss is like me, spooky ethereal man, I'm let down. If it's Dementius, then I'm gonna be like, yo, so then it's Xalatath as a last boss at the beginning of Midnight. Or if she's not a boss, right? Because here's the thing, whatever the deal is with the ethereals, I think the hunt for the Dark Heart will lead us, Xalatath, and the ethereals, and either she gets it and can do her next plot, which leads us to Silvermoon, or Illyria and them get it. And I do have hey, if you're watching, we can have Illyria back in Midnight, maybe led there thinking everything's hunky-dory, everything is fine. Because I do think Midnight's gonna start, everything is fine in the Sunwell. Illyria's like, we finally beat the Void. Dementius is defeated. It's all safe. Boom! She causes the Sunwell to explode. Either accidental, or Xalatath impersonates her, or possesses her, or something. That would be crazy. But if we're doing the Dementius thing now, I'm really starting to just see this idea of like Silvermoon fine. Like cut to the trailer for Midnight, right? The intro for Midnight. Nice. Silvermoon. Bright and dandy. Boy, oh my god. And it's like, really? The Blood Elves gotta deal with that again? But it would just be the Sunwell. So, main Silvermoon would be fine, but the Sunwell freaking explodes. Like, maybe in the distance, like, the city is fine, and then you see the Sunwell. Void. And then, like, the thing popping out, like... I don't know. More on that next time. I'm getting too deep. Next time, we're talking End of Undermine and beyond. But, hopefully you enjoyed. But yeah, basically Nightfall, a little bit of lore, new lore, but all I can think about is what's coming next. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.